Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in. Please excuse me. I'm having some voice issues because of a cold. But I wanted to hop in. And luckily I have my tea. And share animal messages for the new year. I'm going to start out with, excuse me, I'm going to start out with pulling some cards. Now this is for wild animal wisdom. So I see the card pulls as wild animal wisdom. But then we're going to be diving into the Animal Angel Collective. So this is the companion animals. And that is intuitive. So I'm going to share with you messages, excuse me again, from the Animal Angel Collective after I pull some cards with the animal wisdom from the wild animal realm. So, how are you doing? Normally, by the way, I share the animal wisdom from the Rainbow Bridge, you might call it the Animal Angel Collective, when you're a member of the Animal Empath Journal. So I'm going to be sharing a link here, and you can, I just want to make sure I'm all set here. If you become a member, either Whispers from the Rainbow Bridge is $7 a month, and I send out the collective message, or you can also become a founding member, and then you get a one-to-one session with me with your animal angel, which those are messages for you for peace of mind and healing, and that's if you become a founding member. So let me pull some cards here. As I said, I'm going to start with the wild animal wisdom. And sometimes I pull cards in advance. But this time I'm going live. So Happy New Year to you. And again, my voice is coming and going because I've had some congestion going on. Oh, so far we've got the bobcat. But as I said, stay tuned for the animal angel wisdom that's coming, because I was tuning into that this morning. But right now we're going to get some wild animal wisdom going, and I'm pulling some cards. Oh, awesome. We have the elephant here. I'm going to pull one more. This is interesting. I like to kind of throw these in a certain order. Okay, I think I've got it. All right. So I'm going to start with the armadillo. And the armadillo is about boundaries, which is so important for us animal empaths, right? Because we want to help everybody. And we can easily become a doormat if we don't have our boundaries in place. So the armadillo with the shell is an awesome representation of boundaries. And, you know, energetically speaking, and if you've seen my boundaries video, I do a little teaching on, you know, cloaking yourself in golden white light in the morning, covering that with mirrors facing outward. So kind of like an armor. So that's a visual you can use. But if it doesn't feel right, if your emotional guidance system is telling you that, you know, this person is stepping on your boundaries, that this, whatever's happening, is not honoring you, then, excuse me, losing my voice, then it's time to put up those boundaries. And you can even, use the energy of the armadillo. Imagine what that's like to have that armor protecting you. But it's time to put your foot down. Go into the new year with those boundaries, keeping that in mind, that you need that protection for whatever it is you're doing, for whatever journey you're going on. Make sure you have those boundaries. And as you step into the new year, we know about the elephant, right? The elephant remembers everything. Such a sensitive, sentient being. And the elephant is saying, learn from the past. What did you learn in this past year in 2025? Let's not try to keep repeating those lessons over and over. And one of those lessons might be that you need boundaries. So keep those boundaries. Have that self-respect, because you can't give from an empty vessel. So, again, excuse my voice because I've got congestion going on, but learn from the past. So whatever, be that wise empath that you are, and learn from the past. And then we want to embrace the in-between. So the flamingo spirit is about, we might be anxious about our New Year's goal, what's happening, what's coming this year. But take a breath during the in-between, embrace that moment that you have in between your goals or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Take a breath, visualize your boundaries. This voice thing is interesting, but also I've got the sun coming in. Embrace those boundaries and the in-between. And it helps us to remember to be in the moment. And again, I'm going to be diving into the animal angel wisdom in a few moments, but I want to just go through the wild animal wisdom. So, life is a mystery, says the bobcat. We're not meant to know a lot of times what's coming, especially when it's stuff we don't, people passing. I was just having this conversation with a friend. People have a tendency to pass this time of year as we're transitioning from the old year into the new year. So, do we want to know that this is coming? Not necessarily. And in my previous marriage to a narcissist, I sometimes thought, I wish I'd known what was coming. But no matter how intuitive we are, a lot of times we're not meant to know. Because there's a lesson. There's a lesson that we are supposed to be getting from these experiences. And if we knew what was coming, right? If you knew, think about all the rough times that you've been through. And you may have thought, I wish I knew that was coming. But would you have gone through it? Probably not. So we're not supposed to know. Even though we have an awesome intuition as an empath, some things are meant to be kept as a mystery so that we don't avoid the lesson that we're learning. And finally, from the wild animal realm, I wanted to share this message from Grasshopper. I know I just pulled this card, but it comes up over and over. And it's taking that leap of faith. Fear. Oftentimes, I want to bring up fear, because oftentimes when we're having fear. It's a sign that we're actually heading in the right direction. You know, we get this fear, we get this resistance, but we need to push ahead. It's like that saying, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. So keep that in mind. Fear doesn't mean don't move forward. And when I work with clients, we dissect the fear. We break it down and we take away its power so that we don't have that resistance. So, by the way, if you have a question while I'm here, any kind of question related to life, what's happening, advice from the animal realm, feel free to throw it in the comments and I will do my best to answer that. So we've got some great messages here from the armadillo around boundaries, the elephant keeping in mind the past and what we've learned, and turning that into wisdom, embracing the in-between, enjoying those lulls. We don't necessarily have to be on that treadmill of life all the time, right? Bobcat, life is a mystery. And it's meant to be that way. So we don't avoid the lessons, the new lessons that are coming in the new year. Because there's a saying, what did you learn when things were easy? It's not meant to be all easy. We can be on the other side, or whatever you believe in, where things are a lot easier. But we came here in this life to learn. It's a big school. And remember to take that leap of faith in spite of the fear. Now, I want to dive into the Animal Angel Collective. And I normally share this wisdom to members of the Animal Empath Journal. But I want to share some here for the new year to give you a taste, to help you. And also, I want to encourage you to become a member of the journal. Keep an eye out. I will be publishing the free post tomorrow, but check out the membership. What I'm picking up right now from the Animal Angel Collective, and these are companion animals, right? The cats, the dogs, the horses, the guinea pigs, the goats, you know, whatever you consider to be your companion animals. It's time to have some stability. How can you create stability in your life? Because the visual that I get is, you know, years ago when I moved to Southern California, I never experienced an earthquake. And one day I was getting ready for work, and all of a sudden the ground turned to jello. It was like, you know, all this shaking. And you don't even realize what's going on until it's over. And you're like, oh my gosh, what was that? It keeps us on our toes, you know, but that's what can happen and will happen in the new year. But it's all about the lessons and being prepared for when life gets a little unstable. Because you may be going along, everything seems simple, it's okay, and then all of a sudden it feels like the ground's shaking underneath you. So things can change in an instant as we move forward. So how can you ground yourself? How can you create, and again, I apologize for my voice today, hoping the honey and tea will help, but how can you create more stability in your life? Do you need more financial stability, more relationship stability, job stability, and even energetic stability? And taking a time out, you know, from an energetic standpoint can be taking a deep breath, right? Putting your feet firmly on the ground, visualizing the roots going down from the bottom of your feet, deep, deep down into Mother Earth, and becoming entwined with the crystals out there, that are out there, that are down there, I should say, deep in the earth. Let the earth, let the ground help you to feel that stability. Use that as a visualization in your life. But are there other ways? And feel free to share when you take a deep breath and you close your eyes right now. What comes to mind? When you think of an animal angel, perhaps one that has passed, your dog, your cat, your horse, whatever, what would they tell you about creating more stability in your life? And take a moment to breathe into it and visualize. Look in the eyes of your animal angel. What message would they share with you? And this is basic animal communication that we're all capable of. Of course, I dive deeper into that in my Mastering Animal Communication course. But I want to help you with getting a message right now. What are they showing you visually, or what are they telling you? Creating stability in your life. And I see my cat Clyde, who was a wise old soul. He was a gray tuxedo, and he loved to lay there with his paws crossed. That was his thing, crossing the paws. And it was a feeling of security and stability for him. So what feels secure and stable for you? What can you do in your environment? Maybe it's memories of loved ones that are no longer here. Maybe memories of your animals. And yes, back there, I do have some wooden boxes. A few wooden boxes with some animal ashes. But what can you do in your environment to help you to feel more safe, more secure, and more stable in your life? Because the ground is going to shake. Things are going to come in the new year, maybe when you least expect it, and you're left wondering, what was that? What happened there? So set the stage for that. Have an awareness that it's coming, because they want you to know that you never know when that earthquake's going to hit. We're not meant to know, because it's meant to be a mystery. So we can learn the lessons that we're meant to learn without prepping ourselves in advance. But we can prepare for that instability. Having an awareness that it's coming, creating an environment around us, or other ways that creates more soundness, more stability in our life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Again, excuse my voice, but I'd love to hear in the comments, or see in the comments, what came up for you. What are your animals showing you or telling you about creating some stability? Things you can have around you. Maybe it's going outside in nature more, right? Maybe it's getting a nice little bench, creating a sacred space outside in your yard somewhere, going there regularly. Or when the ground does shake underneath you, you've got that sacred space that you can retreat to, that you can take in some deep breaths and ask your animal angel, what can I do in this moment to feel safer, to feel more secure, to feel more stable? Anyway, I hope that message is helping you. But it all ties back, really, to what the wild animal wisdom is showing us. You know, having those boundaries helps us when the ground shakes underneath us, keeping away the riffraff in our life of the toxic people that are just going to make us feel even more unstable, right? Bringing in that wisdom that you need to ground you, to help you to feel safer. All of these things, knowing that it's a mystery and embracing the in-between, you know, feeling that safety, that security during those in-between moments so you can prepare yourself for whatever's coming. And this is what's meant to happen. These unstable moments. And when you have these things in place, when you have your armor, when you have your wisdom, your memories, your sacred things, your stability around you, it really sets you up better to take that leap of faith, doesn't it? You feel so safer, more secure to follow your bliss. If you don't know the saying, I love the Joseph Campbell quote about following your bliss, and the world will open doors for you where there were only walls. Whoa. So, find that stability and get ready to take that leap in the new year. The one that's going to take you closer to your dreams, to your goals. If you don't know what they are, and if your fear is holding you back or blocking you in some way, please do reach out to me, because I do offer a complimentary clarity and purpose call. And let's talk about where you are, about where you want to go, and what's in your way. And we'll discuss if working together is the right fit. So I hope these messages for the new year have helped you. And again, excuse my voice, but at least I didn't completely lose it. And hopefully you understood the message that I'm trying to share with you today. And I wish you all the best in this new year. And as the animal angel community in my connection group, I truly see you as kindred souls, and I'm here to help support you on this journey of life. I'll be uploading this to my Mustang Mindset Messages YouTube channel as well. So, again, if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. And please do share, and feel free to share any messages that came through to you about creating your stability for the new year. Because you never know when that ground's going to shake. And when it does, you'll be ready to take the leap to your next step in life. So thank you again. Do watch again if you missed all of it. Some really good messages here. So take care, and thanks for tuning in. Bye, everyone.